Wow, I sure have a lot of memories here. Oh, hello. Many Magic the Gathering players ask the question, Professor, can you please do a full Tolarian Community College office tour? Okay. 11 years ago, I started in my small, windowless, damp basement, and after several years there, I was able to rent and use as an office the former location of my local game store, which became available when they moved to a larger space. And now, well, a lot of people think I am still in the basement of my house, but actually, Tolarian Community College is a 2-level production office, and I'd like to give you all a tour of everything from the shuffle up and play set to the executive editor's suite to my own office and editing room. Our tour begins here. Well, let's start with the first set that you're probably very familiar with. This is where I record all of my videos where it's just me talking to the camera. I have my camera and lights. This is the teleprompter. I love scripted videos. Almost all of my videos are scripted. So we are in the downstairs of Tolarian Community College, but this room actually had a lot of windows, which this is one of them. We can't have natural light coming in, and I thought that curtains would not be the best thing, so I had these wooden panels made to literally just block out the windows so that we never had to worry about lighting issues, and we would control the light. And I think they look kind of collegiate or like a library or something like that. And I don't know how they come across. They're not in a lot of shots. And then over here we've got the bookcase, which many people have asked for closer looks at. So there's a lot of knickknacks and personal items on the bookcase behind me, but the two that mean the most to me are these. The Friday Nights DVD, 2 copies because I bought this and I lent it out at my game store to everybody I could, telling them to watch Friday Nights, which you should watch, a new season's coming soon. I bought a second one, you can see it's still sealed, because I was worried that if somebody broke or lost this, then I wouldn't have one. So I had this backup one here, and it's still in the original packaging. Remember physical media? It's pretty cool. But truly, out of everything, what means the most to me is my 100,000 subscriber YouTube play button. I talk about this in the video that I made at the time when I received it. The reason that I value this so much is because I feel like anyone can get a college degree. You follow certain requisites, you take certain classes, you do a certain amount of work, and you're checking boxes and receive that diploma. But this is something not everyone can do. And as far as Tolarian Community College is concerned, that's something only I could do. It was kind of the one thing that I did in my life that was really a award for me accomplishing something rather than doing something that a lot of people could have done. There's actually another possession that I want to show you that means a lot to me, and it's over here on what I call the podcasting set. And yes, I know, died to removal. That's largely because my friend Vince lives very far away, and we tried for many years to fly him out and do several episodes while he was out and release them. Dies to removal really meant a lot to me, and obviously Vince is my friend. The podcast just needed to kind of go on permanent hiatus, but this is that set, and it's supposed to have that feel of like you're coming into the professor's office and we're having a conversation. And again, many wonderful things back there, but this one is something very special. Avison's spear, which was made by the amazing cosplayer and another dear friend of mine, Christine Sprankle. And that was a really prominent image for the time. It got a lot of attention. Magic wasn't quite as mainstream. When Sprankle retired from Magic cosplay, she gave me the spear, and it even still lights up. I don't know if the camera will catch that. I asked her the last time I saw her, how do I replace the batteries when this eventually dies? And she said, you don't. So I'm gonna shut that off. Oh, and I don't wanna go over everything, but these, because you don't usually see them in the dies to removal set, is almost every single dual deck. Every dual deck, just about. I think I'm missing 1 or 2. Not all of them they made boxes for, so I've put them in some other boxes, but I have them all. I really loved dual decks. I didn't love every dual deck. You can go back through those old reviews, but I love them as a product. It's definitely something that I miss. So before I show you my office and the editor's suite, I'm gonna show you my old office and the old editor's suite, which were one and the same. And it's right down here, this hallway, restroom, and also loading ready run again. There were a lot of influences that inspired me to make my channel. It wasn't just Loading Ready Run, but they did play a very important part. I always wanted to have a moon base of my own, and I thought Tolarian Community College is like some knockoff of the moon base, but now it's more like a knockoff of Command Zone. I don't know. You know, we draw inspiration from many places, but this, for many, many years when I was here, and all by myself at first, this was my office down here. So for the first several years, I was all alone in here. I had no staff, and I worked from morning till night. Right over there is where my computer was. There was none of this in here. It was all empty other than just the desk with my computer on it and crap all over the floor. And one weekend, I think we were doing our Trans Lifeline fundraiser. Olivia was over for the weekend, and she goes, "Why don't you clean this up?" And I said, I can't, I'm too busy. And she spent the weekend organizing my magic cards, cleaning all the crap up off the floor. And I swear within a few weeks, it was all a mess again. But again, it was just me working here. And so stuff needed to go on the floor. But eventually I was convinced you gotta bring on some people to help you. And I'm so glad that I did. And I brought on my first editor, and we set up a little desk, I think right here with an editing computer. I loved it and was able to expand to having 2 editors. And by the time I reached my 3rd editor, I gave them my desk and I moved up to my new office. But that wasn't the end. One day they came to me and they said, "Hey, Prof, is there any way we can take this board off the window? We're not getting any sunlight. We can't get any fresh air. We don't know if it's raining or sunny out." And I realized that when your employees come to you asking not for more money, but for fresh air and sunlight, that you really, I don't want to be that kind of a job. So we created the Executive Editor Suite, which is upstairs. And now this is just shipping, where we do all of our whatnot shipping of cool items and things like that. We need to go upstairs to see the Executive Editor Suite, as well as the professor's office. I'll go over the kitchen and living room in just a moment, but this is probably the coolest room in Tolarian Community College now, and it's the Executive Editor Suite. This is where the team works that bring you all the awesome Tolarian Community College videos. We have 4 full-time editors. One of them is operating the camera, and another one is out today, but there's Kevin over here working on a Shuffle Up and Play, and we have Connor over here, and they're working on, I think, a Whatnot ad. This was just an upstairs storage space that I was able to convert into this. I was able to make sure that it had a lot of light. And now I do think it's just a great vibes, great hangout spot. The team plays not Magic the Gathering, apparently, but Star Wars Unlimited when they take their breaks. And they use not Tolarian Community College dice, but Commander at Home. Sure, so we're off-brand on a couple. These stairs here always make me think of Deep Space Nine. When Cisco walked out of his office, he would be elevated because it was Cardassian design. And whenever I come in to talk to the team, I feel a little like I'm stepping out into ops and saying, "All right, we got a problem. Some ship just came through the wormhole," or "It's a new secret layer alert." I just love this room. It's not my office though. My office is down this way. While we're going through, we could talk about in here. This is the living room and kitchen. I just love this space as well. And that was part of the important thing. I told you that when I started, I was just in my windowless, miserable basement. So when I was able to move into this office, it was important to me to make it a comfortable space, a space that I would not be depressed having to spend over 40 hours a week in. And now that I have a team, I hope that that translates over to them, and that this is, you know, as far as workspaces are concerned, a great area. We have our morning meetings in here. We keep the kitchen fairly stocked. It's just more comfortable than a sterile office environment. We do office parties, pre-releases, draft nights, commander nights. Oh, over here, I was about to sit down. Over here, this was filled until recently with booster boxes, and I never wanted anyone to show it, but it was basically my retirement fund. When I was just a college professor, I didn't actually have a retirement because I was adjunct or part-time, which is a growing problem in academia. So I was just buying booster boxes of Magic the Gathering, hoping they would go up in value in 30 years so that I could sell. I'm like, look at how much a revised booster box is going for. Surely this booster box of original Theros will also increase in value. It didn't. And then down here is my office. Come along. This is where the professor works. This is it, extremely clean. As recently as 24 hours ago, crap all over the floor. I put it all in this closet. I just went like a snowmobile, pushing it all in there. It's a lot nicer than that downstairs one. Oh, look, it's another one of the boards. I could have a big, beautiful window overlooking. Actually, considering what is on the other side of that is not that appealing. I kind of like it. I still edit some of the videos. I like to edit the Is It Worth It to Buy videos and many of the vlog videos. And every now and then I like to be relevant still. So I'm still editing several of the videos. It always makes me feel good when someone says, wow, editing on this video is great. Your team is fantastic. And it's one of the few ones that I do. I just hit the lav mic when I did that. And if you see me stream or you see me guest on someone's stream like EDH Hijinks, this is where I'm seated. And this is where I do my Whatnot streams, such as the Whatnot stream that I'm doing on August 28th at 3 p.m. Pacific, and I'm giving away 12 Commander decks. Oh, look at the editing here. That's right, an ad in the middle of the office tour. You gotta pay the rent somehow, but maybe you'll get a free Commander deck. Just come to my Whatnot stream on August 28th at 3 p.m. Pacific, or use my invite code to create an account by going to www.whatnot.com/invite/Tolarian College. Whatnot is just if eBay and Twitch had a baby, and you can see me streaming right from this location. Look, here I am in the B-roll streaming from this location, doing fun things, talking off the cuff, and giving away Magic product to you, as well as having some cool items in the store from my personal collection that I like to sell and help keep funding Tolarian Community College. So I hope to see you on August 28th on that Whatnot stream. Details in this video's description. And no, I will not be opening up that closet. The only part of this live workspace that is still kind of house-like is this room. I thought that a guest bedroom was a really cool thing to be able to offer, like when Vince came out to record Dies to Removal. Don't stay at a hotel, stay at Tolarian Community College. And now this is just gonna turn into somebody's office. It's just wardrobe for me because we go through a lot of different outfits. So I don't like people actually staying here anymore now that we're a full functioning office, because it's a little weird for people to be coming into work and a guest coming out in their pajamas or something. So nobody actually stays in there. It'll probably turn into an office for someone as we continue to expand. And this is the connecting staircase. And I always have to say, because we are a shoe-off policy here, as we go down, please be very careful, as many prominent members of the Magic community have tumbled down them. Ooh, Black Lotus. And then over here, this is kind of the accessory review table. And this bulletin board is one of the few props that I've wanted to save from office hour skits. This is when I had office hours with Teferi Magic, and that's one of my favorites. And we had to build a kind of hallway. And that was before I had anybody. And I was still setting up the cameras and things like that for that shoot. It was pretty crazy. And so we've got little knickknacks and things here. This booster box of Magic Origins is pretty special because it was sent to me from Rudy at Alpha Investments. Some years back, he got into some trouble in his YouTube channel where he got hacked, or I think it was one of those phishing scams, and he absolutely could not recover his passwords or get back into his account. I linked him up with someone at YouTube who was able to circumvent all of the barriers in his way and help him get his channel restored. And so he wrote me this little thank you note on the Magic Origins box and sent it over to me. And I just like to save it because, you know, we're all in this together and we're a community that help each other out and all of that good stuff. So it's just a little thing that makes me smile. Oh, and if you turn around, this is what the editors see. We often have all 4 people back here, and each one of these is a monitor of each one of our 7 different cameras. We have someone monitoring our audio levels. Since I'm on the lav, we are using this as we speak, or as I speak. We'll have our on-set judge. We'll have somebody recording the moves and just watching over the cards, that sort of thing. And so, yeah, it's a really big operation, a wonderful team that I'm so grateful to have. It's so much more fun and fulfilling than the days when I was all alone down here. It really is. And then over here is the Shuffle Up and Play set. So I guess it's a little dark in here because all the lights are facing that way. We can turn this one on, hopefully not too harsh on me. This is our rig. We use the boom mics as the main, and people are laved up as a backup in case anything goes wrong, so we've got that built in. And Shuffle Up and Play is actually a 7-camera setup when we're doing Commander with 1 camera on each playmat, which is what lets us zoom in on the cards without any real loss of quality. The dark steel plate was also made by Christine Sprankle. This character Phil, because it's actually a background fill to not have a big empty space. I have here my collection of revised Magic the Gathering cards on a kind of spellbook podium. And this is the Shuffle Up set, which has got actually a lot of other cosplayer donations, Tappy Toe Claws made the Isochron Scepter for me, and Mel Lee made the Sword of Feast and Famine. The Season 3 plaque is probably gonna end up going there. We're having it made as we speak, but here's our Season 2 plaque of all the awesome people who we greatly appreciate, who supported Shuffle Up and Play to continue being ad-free and sponsor-free, and we're gonna have an additional plaque for Season 3 there. Everyone asks about the Mox Ruby. Why is there no Mox Ruby? And that's because I infamously did not know how to use a Mox Ruby when I played against Alpha Investments at GP Vegas and was playing with like a $50,000 Alpha and Beta deck and was so nervous that when I pulled out a real Mox Ruby and it's written in the old typeface and I was like, wait, is this, you can sacrifice it or this? And the whole crowd laughed at me, making me even more nervous and embarrassed. They were literally using $100 bills as life keepers, so it was like $2,000. It was supposed to be my life total. I was definitely more nervous than I am right now without a script. And so when we put up the Moxes, I'm like, Mox Ruby, what's a Mox Ruby? The professor doesn't know what a Mox Ruby is, and so it's not there. But someone actually sent me a Mox Ruby, and I keep it over on the bookcase, and you can't really see it in shots, but it is there, and it was a nice little thoughtful gesture of someone to send that out to me. Another fun thing about the Shuffle Up and Play background is that everything's a deck box. This Hedron is a Leaf Kicker deck box, which opens somehow and actually will hold a 100 double-sleeved commander deck. This Sensei's Divining Top is a deck box that opens up and holds a 100 double-sleeved Magic the Gathering deck. This Chaos Orb is a deck box. Everything's a deck box. And it opens up and holds a 100 card double-sleeved commander deck. It's kind of like a Pokeball. Like, my commander, I choose you. And then this is one of Christine Sprankle's Liliana crowns. Actually, she left that hidden in my bookcase. Our guests tend to actually leave or hide a lot of treasures on set for me to find later, and it's always very touching. If we go over past the Shuffle Up set, watch your head, there's a package here from YouTube that I think might be another little treasure to put up on the wall, because this, and I'm opening this here live on camera, because if it's broken, this will be the evidence of it. I hear they sometimes arrive broken. Ooh. Oh wow, it's huge. It's not broken, but it looks really big and heavy. And it's the 1 million subscriber plaque. Let's be very careful. Let's not break this. Wow, it's giant. There we go. Presented to Tolarian Community College for passing 1 million subscribers. And then there's a little note. You did it. One mission, one channel, and one more thing. 1 million subscribers. You may have started with just a few viewers, but your voice, passion, and creativity have now touched the lives of people around the world. Oh man, it's getting sentimental. And the community you've built is enriched by the stories you've shared as you bring people together. To honor this milestone, we're proud to present you with the Gold Creator Award. We hope this special recognition will remind you how much you mean to so many. Every day, you are redefining how content is created and watched, one voice and one video at a time. It's a privilege to be part of your journey. We can't wait to see what you do next. And they're right, because I think I am still just getting started. I hope you've enjoyed the office tour. Now you know a little bit about what's going on behind the scenes, but there's a lot more that's going to be coming your way, so stay tuned, because Tolarian Community College is still growing and going strong. I got 1 million subscribers!